I have always loved to travel. It's what I do. But this time was different. I wanted to see America in a new way. Not from 30,000 feet in the air, not from a busy highway. I wanted to see it from the ground. I wanted to feel the country unfold before my very eyes. So I decided to take a train, a long train journey all the way across the country. The idea felt so classic. It felt so romantic. It was a throwback to a slower, more deliberate time of travel. The planning was half the fun. I spent weeks looking at maps and train schedules, dreaming of the places I would see. Packing for a train trip is its own special kind of puzzle. You need to be prepared for everything. Arriving at the train station is an experience all on its own. Arriving at the train station is an experience all on its own. It's so different from an airport. Airports are all about rushing. They are about efficiency and getting you on your way as fast as possible. But a train station, especially a grand old one, feels like a step back in time. The ceilings are high. The architecture is beautiful. There is a sense of history in the air. You can almost hear the echoes of past goodbyes and happy reunions. People aren't running. They are waiting. They are talking, watching the big board for their train to be called. It has a wonderful, unhurried pace. I found a bench and just sat for a while, soaking it all in. I watched families taking pictures. I saw students with big backpacks. I saw an older couple holding hands, probably heading off on a trip they had planned for years. Everyone has a story. The best part about train travel is the view. It's a constantly changing movie playing right outside your window. In the first few hours, we rolled through rolling green hills and quiet farmland. I saw red barns and cows grazing peacefully in fields. Life seemed to move at a slower pace out here. The train allows you to see the parts of America that you miss when you fly over them. You see the backyards of small towns. You see kids waving as the train goes by. It's a more intimate and personal view of the country. It's the America between the big cities. As the day went on, the landscape began to change dramatically. The gentle hills gave way to vast, open plains that stretched as far as the eye could see. The sky felt enormous out here. It was a huge dome of brilliant blue. I spent hours just staring out the window, completely mesmerized. Sometimes there was nothing but land and sky for miles. It gave me a real sense of the sheer size and scale of the country. You can read about it in books, but to see it for yourself is something else entirely. It makes you feel very small in the best possible way. One of my favorite moments was traveling through the mountains. We snaked our way through majestic snow-capped peaks. The train hugged the side of a cliff, with a sparkling river rushing far below. It was absolutely breathtaking. I felt like I was in a nature documentary. The train would slow down on the sharpest curves, giving us plenty of time to take in the incredible views. Oh, the sunsets on the train are spectacular. With no buildings to block the view, you get to see the whole show. The colors would reflect off the landscape, painting everything in a warm, beautiful light. I tried to take pictures, but they never quite captured the magic of it. Some things you just have to experience with your own eyes. Watching the sun go down from a moving train is a memory I will cherish forever. It was pure magic. Mealtime on a train is an event. It's not just about grabbing a quick bite. It's about heading to the dining car. The dining car is a beautiful space. It has tables covered with white tablecloths. There are real plates and silverware. A waiter comes to take your order. It feels elegant and civilized. It's a wonderful throwback to the golden age of travel. I loved the ritual of it. Hearing the announcement that the dining car was open for dinner always felt like an invitation to something special. The food itself was surprisingly delicious. I was expecting simple fare, but the menu was quite impressive. I had a perfectly cooked steak one night. Another day, I had a fresh salmon salad for lunch. The chefs on the train do an amazing job in such a small kitchen. Everything was served with a smile. As you ate, the beautiful American landscape continued to scroll by your window. Eating a wonderful meal while rolling through the Rocky Mountains is an experience that is hard to beat. It's a feast for your stomach and your eyes at the same time. One of the best things about the dining car is the seating policy. You don't get to choose who you sit with. The staff seats you with other passengers to fill up the tables. At first I was a little nervous about this, but it turned out to be one of my favorite parts of the trip. I met so many interesting people. I shared a table with a retired teacher who was visiting all the national parks. I had breakfast with a young musician on his way to a gig in a new city. We shared stories and laughed together. These meals turned strangers into friends, even if just for a little while. We talked about where we were from and where we were going. We shared travel tips. We talked about the amazing things we were seeing from the window. In our normal lives, we might never have crossed paths. But on the train, we were all part of the same traveling community. These conversations were as nourishing as the food. They reminded me that travel is about connecting with people. It's about learning their stories. Every great trip has its unexpected moments. One of those happened late one afternoon. The train came to a complete stop in the middle of nowhere. We were waiting for a long freight train to pass. "About 20 minutes," he said. "Then, feel free to step outside for some fresh air." Everyone's face lit up. Standing in the middle of the American West, warm, dry air. The silence was incredible, just the gentle hum of the train and the sound of the wind. People stretching their legs, photographing the train against the desert. It felt like a secret club. A spontaneous stop turned magical, a moment of perfect peace and stillness I'll never forget. As my journey came to an end, I found myself feeling a little sad. I had grown so used to the gentle rocking of the train. I was used to the rhythm of life on the rails, waking up to a new view every morning, heading to the dining car to meet new people, spending my afternoons just watching the world go by. The train had become my home for a few days. Stepping off onto the final platform felt like waking up from a beautiful dream. The hustle and bustle of the city was a sharp contrast to the peaceful pace I had grown to love. Looking back, I realize what makes train travel in the USA so special. It's the slowing down. In our fast-paced world, we are always trying to get to our destination as quickly as possible. The train invites you to do the opposite. It says that the journey itself is the destination. It gives you the gift of time. Time to think, time to read, time to talk, and time to simply be. You're not just passing through the country, you are experiencing it in a deep and meaningful way. You feel the vastness of the plains and the majesty of the mountains. The train journey changed my perspective on my own country. I saw a side of America full of quiet beauty, open space, and incredible kindness. From the friendly conductors to the train angels waving by the tracks, I was reminded of the warmth and generosity of the American spirit. I met people from all walks of life, each with their own story, all sharing a small part of their journey with me. It's a reminder that despite our differences, we are all connected. The train is a great equalizer, bringing people together in a shared adventure. So, would I recommend a train trip across America? Absolutely, 100%. It's more than just a way to get from one place to another. It's an experience that stays with you long after you've reached your final stop. It's a chance to reconnect with the world and with yourself. It's a reminder that sometimes the best way to see a place is to move through it slowly, with your eyes and your heart wide open. The memories of the views, the sounds, and the people I met will stay with me forever. The dream of the rails is real,